Good morning and welcome to day 21 of our second annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage. I am Peaches, aka Sherry Pluskota, and my two co hosts are MIA this morning, and we will see what develops as time goes on. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that in my town, of course, I'm away from home right now, but in my town, there was a big house fire yesterday. There were 11 people in the home, six of which lost their lives, five of which are injured. So, just a moment of silence for that tragedy. And I want to tip my hat to the rescuers in that event. They had all 11 victims out of that house fire within 8 minutes. So kudos to that crew that worked that house fire. Many thanks to Elevator Results, who is our sponsor. If you need a tailor made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Please be reminded you can find the recordings of our past spaces on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212, and you can find Brian's vlogs on his YouTube channel at Software Brian. Time for some fun facts about our Hall of Fame inductees. In 2020, Huck Seed was inducted. Huck once bet Phil Hellmuth that he could float in the ocean for for either 18 or 24 hours. He lost. He once bet Doyle he could run a mile in 440. He lost that bet too. He ran it in a 447. He is very well known for taking prop bets. And I'm not sure what his win loss record is, but the ones I saw, he was losing. So that's just some fun facts about Huck Seed, who I enjoy watching. I hope you do too. Big shout out to Mike the Mouth Matisow, who won a bracelet online yesterday. It was the $1,000 no limit tournament, and he took down $153,000. There were 1,255 entries, so shout out to Mike. Also be reminded that Ash Kardash will be our guest on Friday at 4:30 Pacific time. You don't want to miss that one. Again, my two co-hosts are missing in action this morning, so I know one of the two will be here shortly. I think the other one is pretending to have deactivated her Twitter account because she just needs a break, and it's okay. Some winners from yesterday. Our guy Frank FTW has cashed 2 out of 2 tournaments at the Nugget. He took 83rd place for 620 in the Mystery Bounty and 11th place for 650 in the Daily Deep Stack. So congrats to Frank on those deep runs. All right, you guys. I don't know what this event is. I need help. You guys know I'm not a mixed player. So what event is a three-way high-low that Barry is playing it in? Does anybody know what event that is? Because I am trying to find an update and I have no idea what event that is. ASG, I also would like for you to come up and tell us how your day went yesterday. You started out strong with a quick double up in the tournament you were in. So if you want to, or if you can, you may be trying to get ready to get out the door. There he is. Go ahead, ASG. Tell us what you played and where you ended the day.
I played the $1,100 Aria PLO Mystery Bounty. Cashed, but took an unfortunate beat to not get a bounty, and then couldn't win a flip for the rest of my stack, so finished 39th for basically money back.
Well, congrats on that deep run. Tell us, are there any interesting hands you'd like to tell us about?
Sure. So we finally got in the money, and blinds were 1,500 3K. one person raises to 24K. Next guy flats, folds to me on the button with, what do I have? Like probably like 450K. And I look down, and with it being a mystery bounty, where all the money's in the mystery bounties and I'm covering everybody, I look down and I see ace, 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 five with one suit. So I pot to isolate to 100K, get the one collar and the one fold, and the flop comes case, ace, and 7-8 of clubs. Oh, sorry, I was in the small blind, not the button. I shove, and the other guy with like 200K practically snaps with 6-9 and no clubs. And unfortunately, the river was a 5. So
Oh,
that was my chance
oh,
at heaps and a bounty.
oh, that's so sick. Ay, ay, ay. Well, good run nevertheless, and you got your money back, so it's
Yeah,
easy to play again today, isn't it?
there you go.
So, what are you going to play today, bud?
I'm leaning towards the Orleans 5 card, PLO.
Okay, this is going to sound stupid, but
240.
I don't play mixed games. So when you say, so you're going to start your getting dealt 5 cards, right?
Correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm listening and picking up
Yeah.
what I'm supposed to be picking up on that conversation. I'm sorry, you guys. I
No.
just don't know.
And to answer your other question, uh, Barry is in a mix Omaha high low, which is, I don't know if it's 2 games or 3 games with Big O and Omaha high low. I don't know if PLO is also in there, but it
Okay,
might just be
Daniel put in our chat PLO8, limit '08, and PLO high is what Daniel put in our
okay.
chat.
There you go. So, which if you actually play it, surprisingly, uh, a lot of the money comes down to the limit portion because of the way big bets are structured in limit. So even though the other games are pot limit and you think they would play bigger than the limit, really you need to get lucky in the limit portion.
Well, thank you for that because, I'm learning every day about all these other games. So appreciate that added information for sure. And good luck today if you do end up playing at that Orleans and keep us updated because we definitely want to be able to reel you today. Hey, Fats, how are you?
Okay, I'm doing fine.
Awesome. Don't forget there's a mixed game festival underway at the Bellagio. Shout
I
out to
know.
Robbie
Why?
Straczynski.
Why don't they play that here in Michigan?
I don't know. Why don't you send him a DM and give him a recommendation of where to?
Did you just start the space? I just saw you were on. Or are you
Yes,
just getting rolling, or have you been on for a while?
9 o'clock. We start at 9 o'clock.
So that was
10
so 10
minutes ago.
minutes. 10 minutes ago.
Right on.
All right. Did you guys didn't talk about that screaming lady yet?
No, but if you let me finish my sentence, we'll get to it.
All right, go ahead. I'm ahead of the
Mixed Game
curve today.
Festival. Mixed Game Festival is at the Bellagio, and a shout out to Robbie Straczynski as well as MGM um, and Moneymaker Tour for hosting that event. It goes through June 20th. Be reminded those are cash games being played at that mixed game festival, and also be reminded that they are all about teaching new players. So if you're a new player, that is the place to go to learn, to practice your craft in a new game. the Mixed Game Festival at the Bellagio. I wish I was in town because I definitely would go there and try to have some fun learning some new stuff. And
They had 4 tables of 4-8 going yesterday.
that's what I heard. I heard it was a good day. Did you stop by there or just heard
Yeah.
about it?
I stopped by there last night. I met Robbie. He's a nice guy. Yeah.
He is a great guy. And he does a lot on behalf of players. So kudos to Robbie for sure. All right. Fats is eagerly waiting for me to discuss the crazy lady that got kicked out of the mixed 808 event at the WSOP. If you haven't seen any of the videos, go over to Alan Kessler's Twitter account and you can watch the video. And if anybody knows her name, DM it to me so I can reach out to her because I would definitely love to chat with that lady and see what the details are that led into that, rant. And, go ahead, Fats.
Just I have an online poker tip for anybody that's playing on ACR. I don't know if it works on other sites, but this is a pretty interesting tip. If you obviously, when you late register, you don't have that as big a stack compared to everybody else. But let's say you're late registering in a tournament that's playing 8-handed. If you register when there's exactly the tables are divisible by 8, which means when you register, they have to start a new table. You'll go into the new table and you'll have the button. And when they fill up the table, you'll be starting with the button. So at least that gives you a little more time to play to find a hand since you're coming in short.
Hey,
Little poker
Fats,
tip.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about this lady that got
Yeah. Now let's
kicked
go. But
out, or are you just going to keep being rude?
I thought that was a good poker tip for
It's a
everybody.
great poker tip. It's a great poker tip. But I pivoted the entire thing I was doing because you wanted to talk about the lady that got kicked out. So if you'd like to make any comments about that lady, please do.
Oh, that was crazy. That's all.
It was crazy. And again, if you want to look at the videos, go to Alan Kessler's Twitter account. Unfortunately, what it appeared to me, I've seen a couple of different videos. There was somebody at the table that actually videoed her up close and personal while she was going crazy. But one has to wonder what exactly took place to get this lady so triggered off, right? Now, granted, nowadays it doesn't take much sometimes to trigger somebody, but it would be interesting to hear what she has to say now that she's had some time to calm down and think about it. But yeah, so if anybody knows her name, DM it to me so I can reach out to her because I certainly wouldn't mind getting her into a space and getting her side of the story for sure. Um, let's move on to what's going on around town today. Um, over at the Golden Nugget is the horse event. It is a 25K guarantee that starts at 11. It's a $400 buy-in. At 1 p.m. is their daily deep stack. It's a $200 buy-in. At 7 o'clock is their nightly no limit 5K guarantee. It's a $130 buy-in. Over at the MGM, the Summer Poker Festival with Moneymaker Tour partnering up for that event. Monday, June 17th at 11 a.m. is the $400 no limit grand stack, a 40K guarantee. At 12 p.m. is the no limit 100K guarantee restart day 2. At 6 p.m. is the $300 nightly no limit with a 15K guarantee. Over at the Orleans today is a 11 o'clock start for their seniors championship, 40K guarantee, $400 buy-in. At 4 p.m. is a 5-card PLO tournament, 10K guarantee, $240 buy-in. At 6 p.m. at the Orleans is a no limit super stack, 20K guarantee, $200 buy-in. Over at the Aria today at 11 o'clock is their daily 800 no limit tournament, with a 200,000 guarantee. I say it's their daily because that's probably the most offered tournament at that location. But of course, they're also doing Big O tournaments, PLO Mystery Bounty tournaments, No Limit Mystery Bounty tournaments. So I don't want to confuse anyone. That's their tournament today, the 800. Over at the Wynn, we have the first of many ladies' events. It is a ladies event, $600 buy-in with a 50K guarantee today at 11 o'clock over at the Wynn. 12 p.m. is the Mystery Bounty Day 1A, $2,200 buy-in, $3 million guarantee. At 1,800 hours is their No Limit Turbo, $1,100 buy-in, $100,000 guarantee over at the Wynn. Go see Ryan Beauregard. Over at the Venetian today is the $1,100 seniors event, 150K guarantee. And that starts at 10:10 today over at the Venetian. Let me pull up what's going on over at, excuse me, over at South Point, which of course is a crowd favorite here in Spaces. And they have a set schedule for the summer if I can find it really quickly. This is usually something Donna does for us, so just bear
Okay.
with me.
Well, Sherry searching. If you're a horse guy today, as just to put two and two together, at 11 o'clock, as mentioned, there's a $400 horse 25 gate guarantee at the Nugget, and then if you bust out of that early, uh, the Horseshoe has their Monday horse daily $250 at 3 p.m.
Great, great connecting of the dots for folks. Thank you, ASG. Over at South Point today, 10:05 a.m. is their $100 no limit 10K guarantee. 2:05 p.m. is their $100 no limit turbo bounty with a 3K guarantee. At 6:05 is their $100 no limit $7,500 guarantee. And the last tournament of the evening at South Point is their 10:05 $100 no limit turbo 2K guarantee, which we love that tournament just because, we can go there with friends. It's $100, have lots of fun, and South Point does a great time with their tournament. They do a good job for sure hosting, for sure. I wanted to give a little shout out to Brandon. He texted me after the show, so to speak, our space yesterday, and he wanted to make sure that the record was set straight. He spoke about Darwin yesterday, Darwin Moon, and so he wanted to make the correction. And it says, I misremembered the details of the case involving Darwin Moon. The deputy was convicted of her murder, but a lot of people still think it was Darwin. So there you go. Darwin was not the one convicted of that murder, and we want to set that record straight for sure. All right, give me a moment. Again, my two normal co-hosts are missing in action this morning. So we will see. Brian is supposed to be late. Donna's taking a break this week from Spaces. Not sure what you guys did to her, but you broke her. I'm just kidding, of course. Hey, Isaac, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Tired.
How'd you
Yeah.
do?
Whew. I've been playing as many games as possible. Um, I had gotten that poker coaching free month, so I've been watching that like a maniac, and then just dealing with our mint right now of our membership pass, and yeah, been a
You're
busy weekend.
You're a busy guy right now, and I appreciate you joining us this morning. And of course, we had fun yesterday when we played a little trivia and we had a little mayhem here in the
That's always
uh,
fun. I love
right.
when we do trivia. Hell yeah.
Of course, Chirp. Of course, Chirp. I'm answering Chirp is, I'm sorry, Isaac. Chirp said, is Sherry's space a fart friendly space? Yes, as long as you don't get too crazy, come on up. And Doink is asking ASG, maybe you already answered it, what time? Oh, 4 p.m. Thank you. Doink was asking what time the 5-card tournament was, and ASG graciously told him 4 p.m. Doink, I know you're traveling today. Good luck. Stay safe traveling, and good luck when you get to Vegas. Hopefully, our paths will cross. I'm not sure how long you'll be there for, but hopefully, I will get to see you while I'm there. I want to give a little shout out. I did yesterday to my friend Mary Darnell, who I mentioned yesterday. As you know, she was one that donated for our Best Bet meetup game and played in it. A non-spacer supporting me in spaces. Yeah, that Mary Darnell. She finished 39th yesterday, and then she entered another tournament and finished 8th in that tournament. So she's such a crusher. And for those that were following along, she wasn't in the top 6. She was actually, she finished 8th. So I wanted to make that correction. So shout out to Mary Darnell playing at the Best Bet St. Augustine location, along with our friend Justin Hammer is running that series down there, the Poker Atlas series. So shout out to him as well this morning. Oh, I have to sneeze. Stand by. Sorry, I didn't mean to mute. I, I sneezed and touched the screen and muted everybody.
I was just filling dead space, Sherry. Sorry about that.
No, I appreciate that. Chirp, how are you, pal? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Good, just busy. Working today, so I figured I'd hop in and hang out for a little bit, but I'll be gone for the next couple weeks. I'm going up to Mammoth with the family, a couple days of vacation, and then we got 9 days of racing. So
9 days of racing, so you're gonna be tooling it.
yeah, I'm gonna be floored when I get back. I was supposed to go to Cabo for 7 days right after.
Right.
I talked my kids into ixnaying that. We're gonna go to the river and just chill, ride jet skis in the boats for a couple days, and then I'm taking up to Vegas July 5th for the main.
Sweet. Well, that sounds like an exciting couple of weeks. I hate that I'm going to miss you in Vegas because I leave on the 3rd
Yeah.
unless something crazy happens.
Well, that's a bummer, but maybe I'll final table the main event and I can fly everybody out.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And good luck in the main event, dude. It's time you do
Thank
a
you.
deep run in that one now that you had a deep run online. Just saying.
Yeah. Yep. Good
Just saying.
practice.
Well,
So.
good luck to the kids in their racing.
Yeah. Thank you. It's gonna be a long week. It's people come from all around the world for this race. It's a really big event, so it's gonna be the best of the best.
Well,
So
that's
just making it to the
exciting.
main event, just making it basically 100. You have to qualify for it. 160 riders qualify for each class, and the top 40 make the main event. And then you do a 2-moto format for the main. So just making the main is a big accomplishment. So
Hell yeah. Well, good luck to them. We will look forward to the updates so we can rail quotations, we can rail them. That's awesome. How exciting. I love kids in sports. I don't care what it is, I'm in. I will watch it no matter what it is. I just love to cheer kids on in sports. It's just so good for their development, right? All right, I'm going to.
yeah, and self-esteem. There's a lot more I think you learn in sports and being social outside of whatever it is. Like you learn more doing that than I think you do in school, as far as like being an adult and growing up. Just my opinion.
100%. I could not agree more. And you learn how to lose, right? And you lose in life
Yeah.
sometimes too. And you got to be able to know how to handle winning and losing. Um,
Yeah. There's no everybody gets a trophy in this household.
I know that's right. I used to coach
I love that.
baseball, and at the I used to coach baseball, and of course, this is quite a few years ago because my oldest is going to be 40 this year, and so I was a female manager in a men's world, and excuse me, and um, inevitably, as the end of the season was approaching, and I was a winning coach, like I went a couple of seasons undefeated, and inevitably, sometime middle to 3/4 of the way through the season, I would have a couple of moms come to me as a group and say, "Okay, don't you think we should start collecting for trophies? We got to order trophies. And of course, they did not like my response because my response was the league gives out trophies for first and second place. So if we're not that, we're not getting trophies. And of course, this was the start of everybody gets a trophy era. And my mom's never liked that, except the moms that came back on my team the following year or for the third year or the fourth year because we drafted teams. So once your kid got on my team, they stayed unless you wanted to move teams, right? And which I only had one kid. Yes, I'm patting myself on the back. I want to do that. Um, but anyway, and believe me, till today, when I run into one of those moms, they will say to me, thank you for not giving all the kids a trophy when they didn't deserve it. Like we didn't earn it, we didn't get a trophy, and we love that you did that now in retrospect. It wasn't an easy pill for them to swallow while it was happening, but we got to learn how to win, and we got to learn how to lose,
Yeah,
and it's okay.
my my kids know the rules. If you're not top three, even if you get a trophy, you don't pick it up because you're not a podium. I don't know. I just have weird rules about that. I'm pretty hard on my kids, but they'll thank me one day for it.
Right. Now, if somebody earns something, I have no problem with that. But I'm going to tell you something very interesting about my daughter, who eventually went on to play pro sports. And she is a horse of a different color, as they say. Like she was not the normal female athlete. And people are going to go, yeah, 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 sure. You're just talking about her because she's your kid. Well, I can tell you things through her life that you would say were like big signs of, hey, she's different. Like she is truly what they call a natural. And I'll never forget, she was 7 years old and her coaches wanted her to enter a tournament because she had started playing tennis at age 4 and she had never played a tournament, right? Why? Because she's too little. There's no need for her to play a damn tournament at 5 or 6. So at age 7, the coaches were like, look, she has been practicing for 3 years. She needs to know how to apply it. She needs to play a tournament. I was like, okay, fair enough. And of course, as the tournament is approaching, her coach says, hey, can you work on scoring? Her teaching her how to score because she doesn't know how to score yet. And I was like, this kid is just learning how to count by twos, and you want her to learn to count by 15s. Okay, I'm not thinking this is going to go well for a while, but we'll get to it. So, anyway, we go to the tournament. There are 2 players in her 7, or I guess at that time it was 8 and unders. It was her and another little girl entered into this age group, okay? And the other little girl was just going to be 9, and Natalie was just 7. Okay. And Natalie's first tournament, she really has no clue of really the whole picture, right? She really doesn't. And so she goes and plays the match. And the other little girl is from her tennis center, a sweetheart. They're friends. She was so sweet to Natalie because her mom told her, Natalie really doesn't know all the ins and outs. So just explain, if she doesn't get the rule, just explain it to her, whatever. Kitty was awesome. But anyway, so they play the match. Of course, Natalie loses. No problem. We go up to the tournament director, Robert. I'll never forget him. Robert Sasserfield, good friend of mine. Comes down and tells the girls to come up to the pro shop because there's trophies. My daughter looked at me like, what's he talking about? I said, we're going to go up and she's going to get a trophy and we're going to clap for her because that's what you do. Okay, so we go up to the pro shop. And he goes, first, I want to present the runner up with a trophy. And of course, Nellie didn't even know what that meant, right? Runner up, second place. She didn't know. So now he's just listening to Robert. Robert goes, first of all, I want to present our, runner up with her trophy. She did a good job for her first time in the tournament, whatever he said, right? Natalie Pluskota. And so she looks at me and she goes, out loud, right? There's probably 20 people standing out loud. She says, looks right at me and goes, I don't get a trophy. I lost.
Oh
And
yeah.
she would not go get the trophy. And I bent down and I whispered in her ear, I said, Nally, you're being rude. I know you don't understand. I'm like, you're being rude. I know you don't get it. I said, just go up and say thank you and take the trophy. And of course she did. And when she came back, after the other little girl got her trophy, we were walking away and she went straight to her bag and put that trophy in the bag and zipped it up because she didn't want nobody to see that trophy.
That's dope.
It's crazy.
That's dope.
And let me tell you if you fast forward to when my daughter was signed with the University of Tennessee to play on a full ride, we had a signing party. And at that point, 15 years old, 16 years old, you've collected a lot of trophies in your life, okay, if you're a good athlete. And of course, I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with all this stuff? She's going off to college. I have all these shelves of trophies and medals, blah, blah, blah. And so we had a discussion, and she decided that she was going to give her trophies away to people that helped her along the way, coaches, teachers, friends, family. And she wrote them a thank you note. So she kicked that off at her signing party by giving the mom and dad of her very first coach and her very last coach in high school, who passed away in a car wreck on the way to see my daughter play. She presented them with the very first trophy that their daughter presented to her, probably 10 years before that signing party. And that's what she kicked off at her signing party, was giving those trophies away. That's not a normal athlete. Like, that is, to me, somebody special in the world of sports. And like so many other men in sports that make us proud with the way they handle themselves as people first, athletes second. We need to continue to commend those and celebrate those. So I'm getting off my high horse, my soapbox, or whatever, my soapbox. I'm going to let my friend Paul come up here. But, I'm always going to be the cheerleader for, if you don't earn it, you don't get a trophy. So there you go. I'm sorry I got long-winded on it, but I wanted to share those thoughts. Hey, Paul, how are you?
I'm well. All this talk about participation trophies got me thinking that, you know what, maybe if the WSOP did that, maybe more people would play if everyone got paid. So I'm gonna present I'm gonna present that to them. Be like, everyone gets paid. I don't think that
Listen,
would
can
work.
I be there when you mention that to Jack Effel, please?
Yeah, yeah. So see how fast I'm the one that gets kicked out of there? Yeah, great.
He
Oh, I
might be
thought you
the
were going to say the opposite, where there should be a winner take all tournament since nobody
I-
should get a participation trophy.
that would be Dean Negg's take on it.
That's the 100%. What was that? Glenn Ross. First place it's a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Second place is a
Third place,
set
you're
of.
fired.
Third place, you're fired. That's the WSOP from now on.
Yeah. Or ICM is for poor people.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right. What a beautiful and inspirational story, because I'm at that age also where, of course, when you lose, well, you lose. That's life. You don't always win. And I think it just makes you a stronger person, because you learn how to lose, maybe, graciously, and, don't be a sore loser, and don't be a sore winner either, type of a
Well,
thing.
and
So,
isn't the time to teach that to your kids when they're 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14? That's when parents should be, we as coaches, we as parents should be teaching our kids how to win graciously, how to lose graciously. To me, that's the life lessons at the appropriate ages. And I just wanted to say that Natalie, even still years later, when she was writing the thank you notes and deciding who to give trophies to, she made sure Robert Sasserfield got that trophy back, because she did not win it. And he got the biggest chuckle out of that and her note. So go ahead, Fats. Go ahead, Fats. Your hand is up, bud. All right, moving right along. I'm going to go on to event number 38.
Yeah, I remember. Sorry there.
No, we knew you were going to start talking once I did. Go ahead, Fats.
I was going to say what you got to call that not a participation trophy. They have to give out participation bracelets down at the World
That would be
Series.
true. That would be true. Could
I
you
like
imagine?
that.
I need 10,450 participation bracelets.
You know what? They could be made out of just rubber, like those Live Strong bracelets or whatever. Maybe that's what they should give out. Everyone gets a bracelet.
Every time
There,
you register.
there was one time, I think, when it was so crowded in the room when they used to do it down at the Rio that they didn't want people going in and out unless they were actually in the tournament. So they gave you one of those wristbands, and we used to call those the participation bracelets back then.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I ever saw those.
Yeah, it was just so you could walk in and out of the room and not get
Right.
stopped.
Yeah, if you see the clip of Software Brian with at the main event with versus Elke, he's wearing one of those bracelets.
Oh, I'll have to look next time I watch that clip. Thank you for that. I love that. I love it. Tell us your DGen without telling us you're a DGen. I noticed Brian's bracelet when I watched that clip for the 450th time. That's how I know I am a DGen. Event number 38 was the $1,500 monster stack. There is 11 million in the prize pool. 8,704 entries, 2,831 are left. Going into day 2 today, the chip leader is Julian Millard Farrell. He has 651K. Michael Estes has 585K. Marco Burnell has 555K. A lot of tournament left to play in that monster stack. Day 2 starts today. Event number 39, the 50K high roller, 6.3 million in prize pool money. There were 134 entries. And of course, I think it's Ado from Spain, won $2 million for taking that down. And a little shout out because he's part of the Bally Lives Pro team. So, little shout out to Cairo and the team at Bally Lives. Chance Corinth, one of Brian's favorites, and mine too, from the U.S., came in second for 1.3 million. Victor Bloom of Sweden, who I got a lesson about his background yesterday, came in third for 951K. Go ahead, ASG.
I was just wondering if you watched any of that stream because I haven't yet, but I heard Chance was kind of a jerk.
I have not watched it, but I've heard that too. And I was like, today we're going to a photographer with the baby. So I'm like, I don't even know if I'll get a chance to listen to it today, but I definitely want to go back and watch that one. I've heard that it was like some fire.
Yeah, I heard he was telling people they gotta put their stacks correctly when he didn't even have his stacks correct. And yeah, anyway, I haven't seen it myself yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. So let me know if you do and report back. And I'm going to try to watch it today too and see if I can take some cliff notes on it myself. I have heard some rumblings about that this morning, which I'm a little surprised because I've always thought he was a gentleman at the table. So I am a little surprised to hear that this morning. Event number 40 was the $1,500 Raz tournament, 730K in the prize pool, 547 entries. There are none left because we have a winner. Winning his second bracelet of the summer is Scott Seaver. That is his 6th bracelet overall. He takes down the Raz tournament at 141K. And he took down in heads up Brandon Shaq Harris, who took home 94K. Go ahead, ASG.
Also, did you see who finished 8th in the high roller?
Oh, no. Oh, wait. Was it? Oh, I don't have the numbers. Was it? No, Linus, maybe?
It
Go
was
ahead.
Bruce Buffer.
Oh, the announcer guy. Good for him. I forgot he was in that tournament. He kicked
Yeah.
off the day by giving a little, ringside shout out, so to speak. Love it. Good for him. He's a fun guy at the table. I like watching him on the live tables. He brings some fun to the table for sure. So shout out to Seaver, winning his second bracelet this summer, and of course he took over the points lead for Player of the Year. So kudos to him. Will he make it 3 this summer? There's a lot of time left. He just might set a record with that. Event number 41, $1,500 mixed no limit PLO double board bomb pot, 1.7 million in the prize pool money. We're going into day 3 and we have 16 left in that tournament. Zing Zhang Lao of China has 4.7 million. Daniel Hatcham from Australia has 4 million. They are all guaranteed just under 11,000. There's 270K waiting for them at the top in first and 100K for second. Any comments? Event number 42 is a 10K 7-card stud, 688K in the prize pool money, 74 entries. There are 11 left. Chip leader is Mike Lang with 1.1 million. Paul Vlope has 923K in his stack. And in 10th place, as far as chip stacks are concerned, is one of my favorites, Robert Mizuraki. He has 231K. And of course, I'm going to pick him to win another bracelet this summer. So I'm picking him as the winner. And let's see if he can spin that 231 up and take down another bracelet event. Right now, they're all guaranteed 21,000. First place is 260K and second place is 171 or 73K. Any comments? Event number 43, $1,500 mixed PLO, high-low 8, Omaha high-low 8, and big O. Our chip leader going into today is Dylan Lamb of the United States. He has 317K, and Josh Attic of the U.S. has 309K. Going into today, there's 1.1 million in the prize pool, 854 entries. There are 215 left. Minimum cash is at the 15th place for $9,242. First place will take $196, and second place will take $131,000. So that's what's took place so far yesterday and going into today. Any comments? Anybody?
Not at the moment. I'm looking for a new Airbnb.
Oh, okay. Remind me of that later because I'm going to give you a realtor's name that just hooked up a gal from Canada that had a terrible Airbnb and had to move out to a hotel, and she helped her find a place. So remind me, and
Wow.
I
I
will get
will.
you.
I
Yeah,
will.
I'll get you hook up with that realtor. Okay, hon?
Awesome.
You
You're the
bet.
best.
Well, thank you. I just try to help. Um, let's talk about the Ladies Week that's coming up. Of course, I spoke about the Win having their $600 buy-in today, starting at 11 with a 50K guarantee. On the 23rd, 11 o'clock at the MGM is a $240 buy-in, 20K guarantee ladies event. At the Orleans on the 24th is a $400 buy-in at 11 a.m., a 40K guarantee. On the 25th of June, 11 a.m. at the Venetian is a $600 buy-in, a 50K guarantee, ladies event. On the 25th is the ladies warm-up event at the WSOP. It starts at 6 p.m. On the 26th at 10 a.m. at South Point is the $400 ladies event, 35K guarantee. On the 27th of June at the Aria at noontime is the $500 buy-in, 75K guarantee ladies event. On the 27th at the Nugget at 1 p.m. is a $250 buy-in, 10K guarantee. And on the 28th at 12 p.m., the WSOP ladies event is $1,000 for ladies and 10K for the guys. Those are all the ladies events that are coming up here in the next week. Gentlemen, please respect our space and don't play those events. But also just consider maybe staking one of your favorite ladies and support us in that way. Anybody have anything they'd like to bring up or discuss?
So, guys actually try to enter these events, or
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. A lot of times it starts out as a joke with friends. Oh, a prop bet with friends, or, and sometimes it's just somebody being, thinking he's cute or funny, or why should women have their own events, or it's discrimination, or I'm going to play it to prove a point. Whatever their reason is, they have reasons. Um, and usually, I have yet to hear from a guy that's done that hasn't regretted it, for lots of different reasons. Most importantly, they realize why those events are so important, because they realize how different those events are for women, because now they've witnessed it firsthand. And so they regret it most of the time, because they're like, oh, yeah, this should just be a ladies' event, because it really is about the women. It's not about anti men or anything like that. So it's unfortunate. And like I said last year, when there was a big hoopla about a guy entering a ladies' event in Florida, if we women want to be treated nicely when we come to a poker room, to a tournament or cash game, we have to do the same to men. So if a man enters a ladies' event, don't treat him poorly. Don't treat him rudely. Just take his chips and send him packing. It's okay. But if we want to be treated fairly, they should be treated fairly too, no matter what we think about them entering a ladies' event. Just be cordial. And guess what? They will realize the importance of those ladies' events after they play them. And I guarantee you, they're not going to do it again. So kill them with kindness, just like we want them to kill us with kindness. So go ahead, Fats.
Um, just from a lady's perspective, if half the field in the women's tournament were men, all paying 10,000 to your 1,000, wouldn't you welcome them all?
Well, and I hear you loud and clear. But again, it's about respect. Yeah, the prize pool money, yep, it's awesome. Yes, we want more of it. But it's also, showing us some disrespect by entering that tournament, and it's never going to end well. People are just not going to be happy with that.
I mean, if you're going to lay 10 to 1 to enter a tournament with the way the price, I mean, I say play all day.
Look, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I also see the importance of women-only tournaments. So, but I'm just going to tell you that would not bode well with the females in the world of
Nobody
poker,
wants to see a guy win a ladies event.
right? And I'm just going to say, for those of you that are unaware, just go search on YouTube for Sean Deeb enters ladies event, and listen to what he has to say after he entered the ladies event. Listen to what he has to say about that experience, because I think his words are humbling, and he realized the errors of his mistakes, right? And I think that if anybody doubts what I'm saying, just go listen to what he has to say post entering a ladies event. Hey, Brian, how are you?
I'm doing good.
You get
I'm doing
cracked?
good.
Yeah.
Got a little adjustment, a little massage, ready to go play poker again.
Hey, do you have your new earbuds by any chance?
No.
You may
So,
want to get them, because the sound is horrible.
yeah, I
We
know.
could barely hear you.
All right, I'll go on mute.
Well, we don't want you to go on mute. We want you to talk to us, but we can't hear you. Brandon, go ahead.
I know you already covered this, but I was only half-ass listening. What tournament is Barry in, and when does it start? Do you know by
I
chance?
don't know the restart today time. Hold on. Hold on. That is a bracelet event. I do have that screenshot. Give me 1 minute. That is a bracelet event. So at 10 a.m. today is the 2K No Limit Hold'em Day 1. At 11 o'clock is the $1,500 Monster Stack Day 2. At 1 p.m. is the 10K 7-card stud Day 3. At 1 p.m. is the $1,500 no limit PLO double board bomb pot Day 3. At 1 p.m. is the $1,500 mixed Omaha 8 Day 2. At 2 p.m. is the 10K horse championship Day 1. So you guys tell me out of those events, which one? This is what he sent me
The
yesterday.
1 p.m. 1500 mixed Omaha.
Okay, there you go. There you go. And I'm
Thank you.
sorry I
Appreciate
don't
it.
do better with that stuff, but I just don't. I'm trying, you guys. I promise I am. It's not out of the lack of trying. It's just because I don't play it. So, like, that shit just doesn't sink in because it's meaningless to me because I don't play it. Like, I have no reference mentally about it. So, it always is very confusing to me. I'm sorry. Let me go on to the non-bracelet events scheduled for today at the WSOP. 12 p.m. is the 120 no limit step landmark into the 3 p.m. $850 landmark. 1 p.m. is the $250 Poker News Deep Stack. 3 p.m. is the $850 no limit step landmark into the 6 p.m. $7,500 landmark. 3 p.m. is the $250 horse deep stack. 3 p.m. is the $240 no limit landmark for 2K in chips. 4 p.m. is the $400 no limit deep stack turbo. 6 p.m. is the $7,500 landmark into the $100,000 tournament. 7 p.m. is the 580 no limit landmark. 8 p.m. is the $200 no limit deep stack turbo, and 10 p.m. is the $135 landmark for 1,000 in chips. So those are your non-bracelet events for the day. Brian, what are you going to do today?
I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna hang out and get ready for tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm just going to be, I don't know if I'm the only one having a hard time, but Brian said he's going to hang out and get ready for tomorrow. And what did you do for Father's Day, Bud?
My daughter got here and we went to dinner and then we crashed out and went to sleep. And that's it.
Well, that sounds like a great Father's Day to me.
It was pretty uneventful, but good to have her up here finally.
So, where did we go to eat? Somewhere new or somewhere we just like from the past?
Bootlegger's Bistro was like solid Italian. Been going there for 20 years.
Oh, yummy.
The
I
kind of
love
place with
Italian.
the real,
Oh, you're
because
cutting out,
he
bud.
would like, the real fats would love the Bootlegger Bistro.
He may have been there. Fats, have you ever been to Bootlegger Bistro, Fats?
No, I haven't. Where is that located?
On the south end of the strip, past the outlet mall.
Yeah, I hardly was ever down that end.
Well, yummy.
I have to tell you,
I'm gonna
if you like it.
I'm gonna have to remember that place as to add it to my list of restaurants to try. That list grows like by 20 every conversation, and I get to one or two of them every time I go to Vegas.
All
So
right, I'll give you
I'm
one. I'll give you a nice little Italian spot. It's on Flamingo. I think it's just before you get to Jones, but it's up there. It's called Nora's. It's right. It's right
Nora's.
near Roma's Del, one of the Roma's delis.
Right.
Now I did get to Roma Deli the last time I was there. We enjoyed that.
Nora's is excellent. Very, very good.
Yummy. Yummy. And you know, I always have to go to Javier's in the Aria because that's just my favorite. I love me some Javier's, and they have some of the best margaritas if you're into margaritas for sure.
Because Sean's in here,
No,
but they do have.
well, even if he wasn't in here, I would say that.
I like the one in California. I like the one solid fruit for sure.
So good. Ooh, so good. Love it. And that's where we first met Donna. My kids and I were going to have lunch, and so I invited her to join us, and that was the very first place I met Donna, was at Javier's in the Aria. So it has special memories for me for sure. Just a reminder, as Sean's trying to connect, on Friday, we're going to have Ash Kardash as our guest at 4:30 Pacific time, trying to kick off into Ladies Week.
Now it will be Ash and not Smash Kardash, right?
Well, we'll see who shows up. It could be Smash Kardash by time she gets here, but it's Ash Kardash as we bill it, and then we'll see who shows up, Smash Kardash or Ash Kardash. Um, I wouldn't mind having Smash Kardash show up because she is quite funny. But I also just plain love Ash Kardash. She's a delight. So, Brandon, go ahead. Your hand's up.
Oh, I was just going to ask Brian a question. Is your daughter a poker player too, or she's just kind of hanging out with you?
No, but here's the thing: is if my brother doesn't play the tag team with me, then I told her last night. We say play.
Oh, Brian, you're in the matrix. So we got about every other word. If your brother doesn't show up
Sorry.
for the tag team, are you saying that you're going to play with your daughter?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're catching about every other word, just an FYI. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, everybody, and day whatever it is, a summer poker camp. But
21.
yeah, 21, perfect. Thank you. It's in the title. I just came up to say that there's no reason that Sherry would need to co-sign on Javier's just because I'm in here. Javier's is clearly by far the greatest Mexican restaurant in Las Vegas and might be on the West Coast. I'm sorry, but it's just that good. And obviously, also I left and came back because I just assumed it was my Boost Mobile and not Brian's. But yeah, I just assumed it was my service. So yeah, that's why I dropped off and came back.
Yeah, I'm going to just
If you,
say that I've taken so many people to Javier's for their first time just because I want to go. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's meet at Javier's. I'm so selfish, but it is what it
That's the
is.
best. That's the best. Oh yeah, let me take you to this place. I've only been like once, and clearly you've been like 100 times. But
Once
yes,
that day,
the
Sean, don't get
one
it
drink I
twisted.
can speak on. Yeah, exactly. But once one drink I can speak on, and you kind of already mentioned it, the spicy margarita at Javier's is by far probably one of the best drinks I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I can't do the spicy one. I just like the old fashioned, the old fashioned margarita, and they are delicious.
Yeah, my stomach doesn't want me to do the spicy one either, but what's life without risk?
Yeah, but you live in Vegas. I get sick. I'm in a hotel sick. There's a big difference.
That's true. No one wants to be hotel sick. Hotel sick is the
Yeah,
worst.
and I've done that twice in Vegas in the last 3 years. And let me tell you, it sucks. It is no fun, but thank God I have great friends that just kept bringing me stuff and making sure I was okay.
If
So
anybody is in the Las Vegas area today and you're not playing an event, please join us at Bellagio for the mixed game series with Robbie Strizinski.
Oh my.
That's our mixed game. Am I in the Matrix now? Don't tell me that. Am I in the
Yeah,
Matrix?
I
I'm
was
moving
just
around.
going to say, now we're getting every other word, but I will tell you that Sean is telling us to get over to the Bellagio for that mixed game festival I spoke about earlier. Remember, it's cash games. And I heard they're having a blast over there. It started yesterday, and don't miss it. Go see our friend Robbie.
Yeah, I had to pick up my nephews are staying with us they usually come in the summer for 4 or 5 days. They're here right now, and they flew in yesterday. And of course, I get the text from Linda Johnson pretty much in Linda's own way. Linda could say something. She could softball it the nicest way. She's like, "Oh, it's so great. Things are great down here. People have showed up. Blah 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 blah." But I know in between her text, she's saying, "Why the hell aren't you down here? It's day one. Where the f are you? Come support." And I'm here. I'm the one that got the damn mixed game festival at Bellagio. I'm here. I'm ingrained in this whole thing. I could take a Sunday off to pick up my nephews, but no, I will be there today at noon. Only a little bit because I am going to go spend some Las Vegas days with my nephews. And but yeah, if you are in town, 4-8 mixed or above, and there'll be some notables that show up to these things, and it's a real fun time, and it's a nice break from the grind, the 16, 18, 20-hour day grinds of
Hell
tournaments,
yes.
whether no limit, pot limit, bounties, mystery bound, whatever your grind is. This is a nice getaway with a lot of people just shooting the shit and hopefully talking shit, because that's what I like. Talk shit about us, talk shit about the industry, talk shit about each other, but in a fun way, in a nice way, and just talk a lot of shit about poker and whatever else you want. It's just a good time where you don't have to be all serious with your hand on your shoulder, holding up that tired shoulder with your headphones in and your hoodies up and your sunglasses on and all those other things. You can actually look people in the face and have a conversation. Bring it back to like 1985 when we used to talk at poker tables.
I
That's what it feels
love
like.
that.
But yeah, if you're around, come on down.
And you know, as we mentioned earlier, they will help you if you're a new player. And that's kind of part of why Robbie does it. He's trying to promote it and help new players have an opportunity to play those different games. So definitely get down to the Bellagio today to that mixed game festival. Go ahead, ASG.
Yeah, I just want to say I completely agree with that mindset. I was playing last night there, and this guy wanted to skip a couple of the games, and he did have his way, and he was like, I've never played that game before. And I was like, isn't that the whole point? And he's like, I'm not here to lose money. And I'm like, it's 4-8. Anyway, I lost that battle, but I agree with you, Sean.
That's funny. You're never going to get a cheaper poker lesson than at a 4A game that you're just learning. I mean, that's my point of view. That's exactly where I want to be, to practice and learn from the best. Like, that's where I'm at with it. Go ahead, Brandon.
I just wanted to say I'm so proud of Sean just continuing to toe the company line. Real great effort, buddy. I really appreciate it.
What line am I towing? Granted, I tow lines all day long, but what line am I towing here? I definitely have to know. What am I?
You
am I
only came in
towing
here
here?
to plug the Bellagio. I know that.
And guess,
Oh, ABC, baby, always be closing. What are we
all right,
talking about here? I'm a salesman.
and we don't mind that he does, because he hangs out with us all the time. And if you're coming in to plug it, I don't care if you hang it with us or not. Plug it. That's what we're here for. And I
And
love
I
you,
just
Brandon.
He doesn't
also
want
wanted to
the
add that was the second Glengarry Glen Ross reference today.
he doesn't want steak knives. He wants the Cadillac, Sherry.
I hear you. I hear you. Sean, I know you had to rush the other morning before Donna got into her reading on your birthday. Were you able to listen to that yet?
I haven't yet, and I'm glad she's not here, so I don't break her heart. I haven't had a second to myself in the last like 48 to 72 hours. So I'm glad it's recorded, so I can go back. I definitely will. I promise. It will not be during the daytime. I will wait for the sun to go down, and then I will listen to Donna's stories, and then
With a glass of
probably fall
wine.
asleep right after.
What'd you say, Brian?
With a glass of wine.
Oh, with a glass of wine.
Hold on, I can clarify. Brian said, but anyways, if as long as Brandon's going to call me out for plugging the business, I'm just going to plug
Please
away
do.
right now. Something my boss told me to plug away, and I said, you know what? We don't have to put that out there. We don't have to advertise that. Word of mouth will work the best, which it is, and everything. People have already called us out on it, and I'm going to call us out on it too. Bellagio, Aria, and pretty much all of our brands, cheapest rake on the strip,
No,
or tied
I'm going
for
to
the
tell
cheapest
you,
rake. One or the
we
other.
talked about rakes over the last week, and I did point that out, just so you know, boss man. Your rakes are right on point as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, a lot of talks in the industry about price increases, which has to inevitably happen. If inflation stays high, pricing stays high, rake indexes are just going to obviously match whatever's going on. However, I was asked that question this year. Was this the year? You know, we've seen, and I'm not going to call it any other brands, but two big brands went up in the
Right.
rake this year. They made the $6 push, and some of them are going even
Yep.
higher. So I was asked, where are we at? Rake, time games, should we be making a move? And I said, no, this is not the year to make the move. Let's hold. Business is good. People are showing up. I think that we have to look at these things year over year. Of course, at some point we can't just let money just fall off the table.
Right.
But at the same time, I think, we just made a price increase in 2018. Granted, we were last to the market then too. Everybody made the moved from 4 to 5 in 2017, and we held at MGM Resorts. We held another year, and of course, labor increased. So, at some point, that pressure is going to hit us too. But we're in a hold pattern right now. I think pricing index is good. I think everybody's, nobody's getting super fleeced out of their money. But also to ASG's point, yeah, you're not going to beat 4-8 fucking anything. You're not going to beat the rake. You're not going to beat the tip. You're not going to beat anything. So just come down and play and learn the games with us. It's $40 minimum buy-in. Get in there.
Exactly. I wish I was in town. Believe me, I would be playing those games. Yeah, would I probably be losing? Yeah, but I would be learning valuable lessons in those games from the best, because that's who's at that Bellagio playing. People like Linda Johnson and Lupe, and I'm sure Jan's going to be there, and Chad, Norman Chad was there yesterday, and the list goes on and on. Those are all your top mix players. So get there, people.
Shout out to my lovely friend Jan. I don't know if she'll be in attendance. She just had surgery. I think it was shoulder, so nothing
Oh,
super
I
serious.
forgot she did. You're
I think
absolutely.
it was arm or
Yeah.
So I don't think she can. I don't think she can make it out just yet. But
I forgot about that.
let's all send our love and support to her.
Yep.
Obviously, Jan's one of the pioneers in our game.
Love
and
her.
We have to show support people like that.
I'm going to say, I love Jan, and you're right. I forgot she had surgery recently. God bless her and happy healing, Jan. But if anybody is hosting any kind of poker event, if you don't have her as an MC, at least a co-hosting MC, you're crazy, because she is so good at MCing events. It's amazing.
Yeah, she might be one of the best for sure. She's hilarious whenever she has the microphone. Also a little scared. But, if you're not at least 5% scared of what's going to come out of someone's mouth, they're probably not good at entertaining or emceeing. That is legitimately like the worst person I ever had to, and I say this kind of in jest. I really didn't have to watch over him, but who was the worst? Brad Garrett was pretty bad. Not bad, but he has no leash. So like I had to watch over. He made some comments in a special poker event one time. Was like he told this one guy, he's like, "Hey, I don't know if you need to go towards the buffet." I was like, "No, you can't say that." I was like, "No." It's like make gambling jokes. Make jokes about losing your chips or something. Don't pick on the big guy walking towards the buffet, because I'm walking towards it too, and I don't want you to joke on me.
Well, and Jan is gonna there are
no filter.
No filter, no topics can go unscathed, right? And that's why I love her, because she does not give a shit. And that's what makes her a good MC. She's not trying to be politically correct. She's just trying to have fun and make some jokes.
Sherry, you'll like this, and I'm sure everybody else will. Us degenerates will like this. So there's this random Celtics page that posted on a scale of 1 to 0, how confident are you in the Celtics winning Game 5? Everybody knows I'm a huge Celtics fan, and my comment just was, I think it's 50-50. Either it happens or we're on to Dallas for Game 6. And the person below me comments, yes, those are the two outcomes. And I'm like, okay. Tell me you don't know gaming humor without telling me you have no clue about gaming or gambling humor. It doesn't matter. It could be 100 to 1 shot, and we all in our industry say 50-50. We all know that's a running joke, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, buddy. We get it. Those are the two outcomes. Genius.
Oh, that's a great example, though, isn't it? A great example.
Our world is very different from a lot of others, is it not? People don't... what we say, we don't even realize what we say in everyday life. How have you ever been somewhere and been like, "Oh, that's the nut low," and been like, "Why did I even say that?" But I do that all the time, which is funny because we call something bad the nut low. But I'm going to tell you, if you're going to play mixed games today, guys, and you have the nut low, you probably have a good hand. So flip it up. So the nut low is actually really good in mixed games. So even though we in our industry use it to mean something that's usually the worst. But
I find myself
gambling humor is funny.
I find myself talking about rate of return. I'm like, oh, I don't think we should do that. It doesn't have good rate of return. And then people turn and look at me like, we're just trying to go to lunch here. What do you mean that? Right? Oh yeah, not good.
Oh my God, I was watching. It was somebody's vlog, and I love the vlogs in the summer. I really do. All the WSOP ones and all the other ones.
Yeah.
People showing up at Win, Ari, and everyone. I love them. It's a guilty pleasure of mine for sure. And I really like he's not everybody's cup of tea, but I really like Ryan DePaulo.
He's hilarious.
He's and it's like, if you know Ryan, and I obviously a lot of people do, and I know Ryan like personally, we hanged out a bunch and stuff. Ryan, and he'll be the first to admit it. He's like on the spectrum, like high functioning, probably ADHD or something like that. And that's just Ryan in a nutshell. But you gotta love him. He's just, and his vlogs are exactly him. It's just a spew of what's going on in his brain at that moment, and the noises are all over the places, and the cut scenes are all over the places, and and it's just so wild. But like, he can condense in 13 minutes what I feel like his entire day is, which is what you get with a lot of them. So it's really, really great to see. But
I have a
yeah,
question
loving
for
these
you,
vlogs,
Sean.
guys. Keep them up.
Speaking of vlogs, I just want to be clear on something. If somebody has been approved to vlog at one of the MGM properties, um, is a live space okay to do or no?
Define live space. Do you mean like what we're doing now?
Yes.
Yeah, technically, yes. However, you still have to follow the rules of the game. Like, we don't generally let people talk on their phones, like take phone
Right.
calls. So that's, you're getting in a weird space there. So our vloggers or streamers, which we call in table games and slots, the only reason why I call them vloggers in poker is because you can't live stream in poker. Your
Right.
content still has to be delayed, and that's a game reg. And obviously that's a reg to protect you. I only know one person who actually vlogs live, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like seriously, I get it. You're playing in a game where you feel safe, like nobody's going on your YouTube page or Twitch page in real time. But
Right.
how do you know someone's not going? You're going to get one person in your game that's down on their luck one time, and they have an earpiece in, and someone's watching your Twitch. Like, it's just bad. But again, if you're going to do it to hurt your own action, hurt your action, I guess. But yeah, that's the contingency in poker, is that it can't be anything live. So, but you're talking just an audio recording. Yeah, I'm not going to stop somebody until someone objects that you're talking in the space or whatever you're doing is disrupting the game, which could easily happen. Vloggers just set up their camera statically and don't say anything. Everything they do is in post. So it's not like John parties at the table and be like, all right, I opened from ace king. No. He's just recording to say it later. So it gets a little weird if you're going to have a lot of verbal back and forth. Hence why TDA has rules about being on phones and stuff like that. But in cash games, we can almost do whatever we want.
Right.
What's up?
So let me just give
not that I'm going to steal your show, sorry.
No. Let me just give a scenario, because I am just curious, because spaces is such a new thing that we're still trying to figure it out, right? And so, say if I am playing a tournament and I have a space going, but I'm not speaking in the space, or I get up from the table to speak in the space, is that acceptable?
100% acceptable. That would be
Okay.
the equivalent of listening to a podcast, listening to a video. You're in a passive role at that point, and if you became an active speaker, we would ask you to step away from the table at that time.
Okay, perfect. So everybody heard that.
Holy moly, Sherry! Holy moly, I'm getting poker royalty right now. Lupe Soto is texting me. Hold on. What's going on here?
I love it.
Go
I
ahead.
love it.
I know, right?
She's such a great pioneer in the world of
royalty.
poker. Well, you do that. I'm going to let ASG go.
Yeah, I remember DGAF was video streaming his space while also streaming on YouTube, and he was on speaker so we could hear you guys. And I was just thinking, and he was showing stuff, so it would have been just funny if anybody on the panel was like, "Oh, so you have two pair."
That would have been funny. Oh, that would have been funny.
Yeah. ASG, you would have loved me trying to explain to like regulators and like even like casino, like senior casino execs. So I'm like, they're like, yeah, but you can't live record in poker. And I'm like, yeah, and nobody's going to live record in poker. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not going to stream that I have pocket aces on Twitch so that you across the table can follow me and see that I play pocket aces. And they're like, yeah, but it needs to be 30-minute delayed. And I'm like, yes, those guardrails are in place for companies like Poker Go, World Poker Tour, WSOP, to have the information for both parties safely kept for 30 minutes. That information can leak out. One party recording themselves. If you record yourself committing a crime, if you record yourself showing your own poker cards, you're sorry, but those are things that we should have to explain to someone. But I'm willing to. Hey guys, don't record your live cards, your live hole cards in real time. Just like online players, if they stream live, they have to put a graphic over their hole cards, or they usually do it on a delay because it's better on a delay. Everybody wants to see the hole cards, and at
Right.
least on Twitch, you only have to go like 5 to 6 minutes. In a casino environment, we have to do at least 30 minutes. Hell, some of ours are an hour and a half delayed. You just don't even know it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three or four
back in
minutes is about enough.
yeah, it's it's the club WPT guys. They mostly stream live with covering their cards if somebody in chat is on the table, and otherwise they show it. But
And
it's
I get why some people want to do it as close to live as possible. I get it. Information once it's leaked out is stale. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. Some of us in this room are old enough to remember when you could put the World Series on poker 6 months later and it still felt new.
Right.
It didn't matter. Now today, anything after 3 minutes is stale. Hell, sports on TV is delayed 7 seconds for a reason. 7 seconds or whatever it is for a reason. Because if you went any further than that, it's
It's
stale.
good.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of implications in the sports betting world on that side too. But yeah, it's really
Sean,
what's up,
Sean,
Brian?
it is good to have it a little bit on delay. And the reason for that is I can't control what somebody's going to say in the chat. So if they start giving me advice on the hand that I'm currently playing, then I'm like not acting appropriately, So
well, I'll tell you this. After being on those Club WPT Twitch streams, probably better to not listen
yeah.
to the advice in the
Yeah.
chat anyway.
Yeah, I'm never
Uh,
listening to them, but technically you're breaking the rules, right? Like that's kind of the
Brian, sadly, the amount of people online that are colluding is absurd.
oh
We all
yeah,
know it. It is what it
right.
is. We got people, and the protections to like try to stop these things are
Our
absurd.
joke.
They're either overly cooked, where they're like, "Oh no, two people were on the same Wi-Fi at Bellagio for a WSOP event."
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they were
Of
14
course.
floors apart in different rooms. What are you talking? They were in their bedroom, or even if they're at the poker table, who gives a shit? One's at table 30, the other one's at table 23, and they don't even know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's either it's too strict, oh, they're all on the same Wi-Fi. I'm like, you got to do better than that. Like geolocate within 10 feet or something. I don't know. Or it's like, or the other side of the coin is it's just rampant. Like, we've all seen the pictures of like a team of 8 people sitting in a car or in a warehouse together, and they're all in a VPN, so you don't know where they're playing from.
Right.
But they're all talking to each other, and that's brutal. Like, and I hope that I don't know what the answer to that for online poker is one day, and I hope that answer happens because I'd like to play online poker myself. We don't really have a great product here in Nevada yet, but I mean, I'm not knocking WSOP. I'm knocking our liquidity here.
Well,
There's just not enough people in Nevada to support a year-round great poker
the
software.
problem
But
is
when we get there, I hope a lot of these answers are
the
answered.
problem
A lot of
the
questions are
problem though,
answered. Sorry.
Sean, is the regulatory approval for the software. So they're relying on software constantly that's kind of outdated from what I understand and has problems. So like the underlying system is kind of a problem. I mean, the player pool, no, 100% too, but as far as putting out a good quality system, I mean, there's a lot of problems still. So,
Yeah, and even once you do put out a great product, like 30 seconds later, it's hackable and it's programmable, and you can put any kind of like third-party softwares connected to it. That's the whole thing. It's the third-party softwares for me. I mean, it is what it is,
yeah,
but I'll be honest. That's why I stopped playing online. I'll be honest. I would rather have a group of people talking with each other how to play than having a computer tell you what your opening 2.1x range
yeah,
is and bet sizing and all that stuff. Like, I can't keep up with that because we all know at the end of the day, the hardest part of poker in anything except limit, of course, is how much to bet. It literally is. Anybody who thinks it's otherwise, obviously bankroll management is the most important thing in poker, but I'm talking about within the game, bet sizing is literally, I don't care what anybody says, is the most important thing that none of us
sure.
can completely figure out. And that's where, if you have a solver telling you exactly what to do, that's where the game will fail. So that's, but I don't know how to protect it either. I'm not an online guy.
Well, the solver,
I'm an old guy in this game now. We need a 22-year-old
Well,
Pokeball.
with a name
I'm
like
old, guys.
Software, you would think one of our best friends in these spaces would be able to figure that out and become a trillionaire, because he did.
there you go. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that in these, I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. My ADD
Sherry, I'm laughing. He skipped right over that. He's like, yeah.
I
Well,
have
they never
faith in
call
him.
me.
I know he can do it.
They never call me, Sean. It's like they don't know anybody in the industry or that knows poker and software,
It's just such a big problem, though, because, like everything, once the software is created, the hackers are always going to be one step ahead. That's been proven. Look at all
100%.
the cyber attacks that have happened in the last 5 years. I mean, just 5 years alone. Look at all these massive companies globally that have taken a hit because they have all the money, but they still can't stay ahead of the hackers, because the hackers are always going to be incentivized to be one step ahead. It's just the way it is.
I remember what I was going to say. If the solver isn't taking into account the specific person that you're playing at, that specific range of players at your table, then like that's the reality of where there's problems with, like, just, oh, I'm gonna rely on a solver, because you and I both know it doesn't, like the guy that's never laying down. It's like the Euro the other day, he jams in on me twice, and I'm like, yeah, that's because that's what it tells you to do here, but I'm gonna do the opposite and call with my middle pair. um
Yeah, but Brian, are you taking a 3-year online veteran, or are you taking, a 3-month online person who has a solver telling them exactly what to do?
yeah,
The latter person's going to win. They're going to win. They're not going to beat the 10-year, 15-year vet. Yeah, those guys can beat the solvers. They
right.
know how to play against them. But your average guys like me, I have no chance against these guys that have been playing. I've been playing the game for 20 years, not religiously, of course, but I've been playing the game for 20 plus years, and I still can't stand a chance against somebody who's been playing for 6 months that has all the tech on their side. Unless I do the same thing. It's like I have to weaponize myself with the same things they're doing to even have a chance. But I refuse to. I won't play online poker like
That's
that.
because at heart you're a dealer, though. There, Sean. Like, and dealers, I don't know. I always like to get in a game with dealers.
I will say dealers generally aren't the best, or industry people as a whole. We're generally not the best players because we see too many
Right.
hands. That's all it is. But also at the
Yeah,
same,
like anything's
yeah, you think you can do
possible.
what somebody else did. Yeah. You
Yeah.
see literally every scenario. You almost see them all. So you're like, oh, Negreanu did this. I built some yesterday. I can do that. Or it doesn't even have to go that top shelf. It can be like, oh, that $300 deep stack player did this. I can do
Yeah.
it too. And it's just like you overplay your hands. You open up your range too wide. Every 7-10 of spades looks like aces. But then again, there are good people in the industry that dial in. There's some really, really good dealers that are good poker players. Some that we even have in these spaces. Bobby Schmidt's had some deep runs, and we've got other dealers that that are really good. Hell, we got a couple of World Series of Poker TV dealers that also have made deep runs in break
Yeah.
even.
Look
You
at
know what I mean? It's crazy,
you
but they're
think
out there.
about Clyde. Clyde's a damn good poker player. You think about Heather Elkhorn. She has won tournaments. She's the WSOP Dealer of the Year from 2019. I mean, they're crushers on the table.
Yeah.
And some
I always
HCL dealer was the guy who hit the straight flush on Seidel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I always used to just tease dealers when the game would slow down, and then they'd jump in instead of dealing.
Sherry, I'm surprised you didn't call me out on this during my interview, but when you go look at my Hendon mob one day, click on that. It's one of the first events. It's that $160 Jack and Jill event, and just look who the Jill was.
I will do it. I will do it.
It'll put a smile on your
do
face.
it. I will absolutely do it. And my feelings may be hurt but they're not really because it's his daughter. That
So
somebody didn't
this
ask
was
me to
so
be his
long
tag
ago.
team partner, but since he's going to play with his daughter, I'm going to let that one slide.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me for this event. You're talking about, I know who you're talking about now. Oops.
I hope she
You
plays it.
you should have seen Abby's face when I told her last night. If Uncle Tom doesn't play, you're playing.
Did she panic?
Sean, she doesn't really know the rules at all. Here's the rules. I told her. Tell me what you think of this. If you pick up 2 aces or 2 kings, you just go all in.
Oh my God.
Anything else, you just fold.
Oh, I wish you would have talked to my tag team partner about 5 years ago about that.
Well, you know where that comes from. My wife, I put her in a WPT ladies event, and it was raining. We were at the bicycle club. They were outside. They were in this tent, and somehow I was like peering in through this window, and I see the dealer deal the first hand. I see Melanie put some chips in, and then she gets up and she walks out. I'm like, what happened? She says, well, the lady that was first, she raised, and then like 3 other people called, and then I had 2 kings, so I called, and then the flop came with an ace, and the lady went all in, and so I called because I have 2 kings.
Ouch.
And I'm like, yeah, you're never playing again. Not for real money.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, that's painful.
It's funny. We can tell everybody what hands to play, but it's always, like I said, it's the toughest thing is telling them what to bet,
Yeah.
how to bet, when to bet. It's just so tough. It's so funny because we've all played the game so long right now. We're like, yeah, we know what to do, but we don't know how to say
Well,
that.
yeah,
It's the
but
hardest part about
but
teaching poker. It's bet sizing and
it's
ranges.
like
Crazy.
that Euro the other day that I'm talking about. The second hand I got in with him, I made a bet on the turn that as soon as I put it in the pot, I go, F. I'm thinking in my head. And he just jams because I know that he's gonna read it as weakness. And then I pretty much insta called him because I knew exactly what he was doing, but yeah, we won't talk about the rest of that.
So you were betting to induce. It was
I know.
genius.
I mean, I got him in as an 80% favorite. So, as Dutch tells me, my Jedi not mind tricks.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I don't know what tournament it was, but I read a Poker News update from Corn that he got it all in one of the tournaments, and as soon as he was called, he just goes, "Yikes!"
Brandon, can you hear Brian?
Can't. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
It's all right. He's just saying Brandon. It's kind of funny, actually.
He was talking.
Oh, I'm gonna go out. Come
Hey,
back.
wait, Brian. Oh, Brian.
No, Brandon's
Yeah,
good. Brandon will
Brian.
leave, right? You're the
Yeah,
co-host.
it was Brandon.
Well, Brian should leave. He's got the Boost Mobile going,
Yeah.
so at least it's not
Yeah,
me
no,
today.
he's back. He must be back in his room.
All right, Sherry, I
I
got to
was
ask
going
you.
to say,
You keep yourself apprised on everything poker, at least a lot better than I do. So am I looking at this right hand? Everybody's talking about the hand of the year. Is this the one with the flush on board and the kid, like, they bet? Is that,
yeah,
was it all clubs on the board? Is that the one? The one with the flush on board, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'll go back and watch
But
it because I
people,
watched it once.
I'm
I'll go
going to
back and
tell you
watch
that
it.
people are upset because the gentleman involved with that hand is allegedly a known cheater. So people
Yeah, I've
are
seen the 2+2
really,
forums.
yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on with that one. And you guys, I need to end the space because we are taking baby Beanie, JC, for her first pictures. And we were supposed to do it the day that we ended up taking my daughter to the emergency room. So we rescheduled for today. So I have to get out the door. I hope you guys all understand.
Wait, hold on a second. Just quick, Sean, if I'm at the Bellagio, where do you recommend I eat before I go to the Mixed Game Fest?
Snacks.
Your 2 best options, unless you want to sit down at Sadel's in the cafe. Sadel's is a great cafe. If you want something quick, either snacks, which is just adjacent to the sports bar, has some quick eats for under like $20. And then there's Cafe Gelato and Cafe Paleo, which is like coffee, danishes, quick sandwiches. I recommend at Gelato the ham and cheese pressed panini. Actually, that might be off the menu now. Never mind. But they have other good things. I eat the yogurt parfait. It's good. All the coffees are good, but snacks, yeah, all that stuff. Sherry, have a great day. Brandon or ASG, I hope one of you guys starts another space, because I want to keep talking.
Now I know Sean orders off menu. Okay, cool.
All right. I
Of course I
appreciate
order off
all
menu.
of you. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for those that are going to listen on replay. I'm sorry I have to cut it short, but the grandbaby is my number one priority, and I know you all can understand that. Much love to everyone. If you're playing on the felt today, good luck. If not, get to the felt soon. Thank you, everybody.
Take care, Cher. Have a good one.
Thanks.